Hello, my dear students. In today's class, I am going to start a new chapter that is solids. You are not new to the concepts of solid. You already studied some of the aspects of solid state when you were in plus 2 level. So in this chapter, mainly we are going to focusing on laws of crystallography, symmetry in a crystal, X-ray crystallographic technique, defects in crystal, liquid crystals, and glass. So these are the five important concepts we are going to focus on this chapter. So before going to study this chapter, you must know the some of the basic concepts of solids. So the mainly the classification of solids. So you know the physical state that matter exhibit in five different physical state. Among the one is solids. So when we come to solids, so based on the arrangement of the constituent particles, we are classify the solids into two major category. The one is crystalline solid and amorphous solids. In case of a crystalline solid, there is a regular arrangement of particles in a three-dimensional manner, so it leads to form a proper geometry. That is, if you observe here, so if you observe, these are the spheres, that is atoms. So undergo the systematic arrangement, and so they responsible the formation for the regular geometry to the molecule. As a result, the geometry of this molecule either crystal, so a monoclinic, hexagonal, like this. So these regular or standard geometry is due to the systematic arrangement in a constituent particles. So these substances are called as crystalline substance. We can give n number of example for a crystalline substance. That is, I think you have seen in the laboratory that the sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, potassium chloride. So these are the best example for crystalline solids. And next one is amorphous solids. So in case of amorphous solids, you just observe this figure. So here the atoms are not systematically arranged as that of crystalline solids. So as a result, so they are not going to get a proper geometry. So instead they exist as a powder. So the best example for the amorphous solids are so the carbonate salts. For example, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate. So these are all so example for amorphous solids, and glass is another example for amorphous solids. That means the classification is purely based on the systematic arrangement, not based on the nature or not based on the property of solids. It's purely based on the systematic arrangement, because this systematic arrangement is going to give different property. So the molecule is going to attain different property due to systematicity. That's why so this is quite interesting to study the internal arrangement of the particles, either atoms, molecules, ions, which is present in a solid. So in case of a crystal, so these crystals are formed by atoms or molecules. So these atoms are on molecules, so they occupy various position in a space, and they form a proper geometry like this. So this is how they form a proper geometry, and it leads to form a single crystal. And so this is a sodium chloride crystals. And so the exact location of an atom or molecule or ion in a crystal, so it is called as lattice points. So dear students, from here onwards, instead of using atoms, molecules or ions, we use another terminology, that is lattice points. So this lattice points indicates atoms, molecules or ion which is located in the different parts of a crystal. So this is called as lattice points. So these lattice points undergo systematic arrangement, so it form a proper geometry. So this is called as lattice, crystal lattice or space lattice. And these space lattice or these crystals are formed by a a small unit. So the small unit undergo repeated arrangement and responsible for the formation of a single crystal. So this is called as the smallest unit or the monomeric unit which is responsible for the formation of a single crystal is called as unit cell. So dear students, don't get confused. Lattice points, crystal lattice and unit cell. Lattice point means this is a single atoms or molecules or ion. So these are located at particular region in a crystal. And these lattice points undergo repeated arrangement, systematic arrangement. So it form a crystal, okay, crystal lattice, or this is called as space lattice. And this space lattice is formed by a small unit. For example, this is a small unit. It undergo repeated arrangement in all the directions. It is responsible to generate a single crystal. So this is called as an unit cell. So based on the position of a lattice point in a crystal, we are going to classify the crystal into 4 different types. So you must know the different position of the lattice points or atoms, molecules, ions in a unit cell. Let us consider a cubic unit cell. There are different types of unit cell that we are going to discuss in the next coming classes. So now, when we come to a cubic crystal, so there are different geometry as possible. I took only the cubic. So now, in case of a cubic crystal, atom can be present so at the corner. So this position is called as corner, and the dark line, this is called as an edge. So there are 8 corners in a cubic crystal, and there are 12 edges and face, face. So there are 6 faces in a cube, and this is body center. So that is corner, edge, face. These are the different locations of a cubic unit cell. So based on the position of lattice points which is located at different parts of a crystal, so unit cell, we are going to classify the unit cell into 4 different types. The first one is simple cubic unit cell. That means in this unit cell, the atoms, ions or particles are located only at the corners. But in next one is base centered or end centered unit cell. In this base centered unit cell, atom present at the corner. Along with that, they also present at 2 opposite faces. Any 2 of, not in all the faces, only at any 2 opposite faces of a crystal. So these unit cells are called as base centered unit cell. Next one is body centered unit cell. In this type of unit cell, atom present at the corner, 8 corners. Along with that, they also present at the center of the body. Exactly at center of the body, 1 atom is present. So these unit cells are called as body centered cubic unit cell. The next type of unit cell is face centered unit cell. In this unit cell, atom present in the corner. Along with, they also present at every face of a cubic unit cell. That is, in a cube there are 6 faces. In all the 6 faces, these atoms, these lattice points are present. So that's why it is called as face center. Dear students, don't get confused between base centered or end centered cubic cell with face center. In face center, in all the faces, these atoms are located. But in case of base centered, only at any 2 opposite faces of a crystal, these lattice are found. So this is how we are going to classify the unit cell into 4 different types. So next, coordination number. So don't going to confuse with the coordination number which comes in coordination chemistry. So here the coordination number means, so for example, let us consider this figure. If you consider a lattice point, or if you consider this atom, then nearest neighbor which is located with respect to this atom is called as coordination number. The nearest neighbors. So not the, for example, this one. Okay, for example, here one atom is present. This is not nearest the nearest immediate neighbors. So neighboring atom which surrounds this particular atom. So this is called as coordination number. For example, if you consider this central atom, there are 6 atoms or surrounds. There are 6 atoms are nearest neighbors. So that's why the coordination number of this central atom, either it is sodium or it is chloride, whatever, the central atom is 6. So this is, so it can be defined as the constituent particles of a crystal lattice. So it's the number of particle surrounds a single particle in a crystal lattice. It is called as coordination number. And this coordination number, it is very useful in order to measure the oddness of a crystal. So the coordination number, it is directly proportional to hardness of the crystal. So more and more the coordination number, the hardness, the rigidity of the crystal is increases. That means, so more coordination number means more number of particle which is present in the unit cell. So their packing efficiency is high. If the packing efficiency is high, so the hardness also increases. That's why in order to know its hardness, so the knowledge of coordination number is important. Then the coordination number for a simple cubic, just now we discussed a simple cubic unit cell. So usually the coordination number for a simple cubic unit cell is usually 6. Then when we come to the cesium chloride crystal, cesium chloride, then cesium chloride is an example for BCC unit cell. So in case of a cesium chloride, if you consider cesium chloride, there are 8 atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 nearest neighbor, which is, for example, the red sphere is cesium and the blue one are chloride. So there are 8 nearest neighboring chloride atoms are present to this cesium. That's why the coordination number of cesium is 8 in case of BCC. And similarly for chloride also the coordination number is 8. That is, there are 8 nearest neighbors present around this chlorine. That's why the coordination number with respect to cesium is also 8 and with respect to chloride is also 8. In general, the coordination number for a body centered cubic unit cell is generally 8 with respect to a particular ions or atoms or molecule. Next one is face centered. In case of face centered unit cell, the coordination number is 12. There are 12 nearest neighbors are present to the 12. For example, if you consider these one, if you consider this a central atom, if you count the number of blue dots or blue circles, there are 12 blue circles which surrounds this atom. That's why for face centered cubic unit cell, the coordination number is 12. So dear students, in the next class I am going to start a Bravais lattices.